What's going on, everybody? It is Jamie, and welcome to the channel, Thrift on Fire. First of all, let me just say Happy New Year. We're going to be kicking off the new year here with a little bit of a thrift haul, maybe a few things that sold for me recently, and we're going to talk about some 2024 goals. One of the things I really want to focus on in 2024, as soon as spring hits, I'm going to get out and hit garage sales on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I want to film a lot more of that type of content. And obviously it's going to be great for my business as well. Really, when you find stuff at yard sales, it's probably your best deals, best bang for your buck. You're going to get, when I'm hitting, like right now I'm outside of Goodwill, most likely I might find one electronic item, maybe, but it'll be a lot more clothing, obviously. That's sort of kind of clothing and shoes is what I'm going to find in here. When you're out garage sailing, sometimes I still find shoes and electronics, but then there's video games. There might be like one-off items. There might be vintage or rare items. There's just a lot more opportunity to find better stuff or different stuff at a better value. And I do think that type of content does perform the best on this channel. I enjoy going to thrift stores. I'm not going to stop doing that for sure, but I really want to build up enough garage sale or yard sale content that I can keep that going throughout the year. I basically want to have some videos saved so I can drop them, as I please on the channel and continue with my regular content as well. So that's one of my goals for 2024, a lot more garage sale content, hopefully coming your way. But first, we have to get inside the thrift store and see if we can find something good. So this Toronto Maple Leafs jacket, this is a vintage CCM. I'm gonna guess maybe 2000s, maybe late 90s. This white patch inside kind of makes me think like maybe early 2000s. I don't really know. But regardless, I can't find a sold comp of this exact jacket, but I found a similar one. It was for a New York Rangers jacket. It had the same logo inside, basically the same layout, but it was like the Rangers instead of the Maple Leafs. And it sold for about $70 on eBay. I'll throw the comp up for that one. It's basically the same jacket, just a New York Rangers jacket. So I can't find this exact one even listed on eBay. So that's probably a good thing that there's not lots of them listed and none of them sold. There are different jackets that sell for around the same amount of money. There are some that sold for less money, but I think this is a really nice jacket. And like I said, I have it up tomorrow. It's going to be listed for $69.95, and we'll start with that. Paralyze your dreams. Next is this Aztec style jacket. Now the brand is Le Chateau, and it is a Canadian, made in Canada. So it's not really so much about the brand. It's about the design of this guy, really. This Aztec design, it is wool. If this was Pendleton, or I think that's how you say the brand, or there's a few other brands, I like Woolrich. I think I've sold a Woolrich similar to this recently. They go for a lot of money. Like some of the Pendleton ones can be a couple $100s. I don't think this one's gonna be a couple $100, especially with, there's a little bit of flaws right there. There's like some little slits. But it's still in really nice condition overall. And it is a wool blend. I think it's a 60, 65, 45 split. So it's a really nice jacket. So for $8, I think I'm gonna get, I don't know, somewhere around $60 for this, or at least that's what I'm gonna list it for. This design, when you know it's a vintage with this Aztec-y design, seems to be really popular right now. So if you see that, I'm taking a chance on this one, but definitely look them up if you find them. Like I said, this brand doesn't really resell well, but it's not really so much about the brand with this jacket. It's really about the style, wool, and like the time of the year, really. Now, I know in the last video I kind of went on a little rant about Etsy, but selling online is a little bit risky. No matter if it's eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, wherever you're selling, there's going to be risk, and you're not always going to come out on top with those risks, whether you're being scammed, whether the platform's forcing you to do something that you don't agree with. Those things are going to happen because selling online is high risk. So that being said, I did make two pretty good sales on Etsy. You see me pick these VCRs, both of them up recently on the channel. The first one was a Citizen VCR. I think I paid $8 to $10 roughly for it. I'd have to go back and watch the video to know for sure. And the second one was a Panasonic Blue Line, which I also picked up recently in a video. I think that came from Value Village in London. So like I said, the Citizen sold for $65 plus $20 shipping. And then the Panasonic Blue Line wound up selling for $75 plus $20 shipping on top. Pretty happy with both of those. They're both quick sales. I'm actually getting low on VCRs again, so I'm going to be hunting for them again very soon. Usually you have to go to more mom and pop thrift shops. Sometimes you find them at Goodwill, but not normally. Like, it's so hard to say. You can find them anywhere, but I tend to find them more often at the smaller thrift stores. So I'll test out the record player. I've got a Kenwood model here. I've got a more modern one downstairs. I've got plenty of stereo equipment kicking around so I can test that thing out. I think that one's a Hitachi, I think it's HT or something. HT, it's 20 anyway is the number at the end. I can't find a sold for that one. I see a 40 that's sold. I'll put that one up now. I'll throw up also the 2 listed 20s that I did see on eBay. I'm going to sell this thing privately on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere locally anyway. I expect to get probably $50, so turning like $8 and change into $50 cash. Pretty happy about that for sure. I will test it, like I said, make sure everything works. There's very minimal, there's not a lot of things that could go wrong, and I can already see that the little cartridge or stylus thing has been replaced. That's a modern one that's in there, so that's a good sign. Besides me dropping it and potentially wrecking the needle, I think everything should be good, but I will test that thing out, and I'll let you know in a future video how it worked out. Now they're both on the official Harley tag. This one actually has a back piece to it as well. I can find this exact one listed brand new on a bunch of places from anywhere from $80 to $120. I don't find any used ones sold on eBay. I haven't really looked past eBay, to be honest, but I've decided to list this one for $39.99, and I think that's a pretty fair price, to be honest. The ones that are selling for, I'll throw them up now, it's like new other, they're like $50. So I think that's fair for these ones. On this one here, I could list them together because they both are on the official Harley Davidson tag, both men's extra large. This one's just like, that jean material, that denim button up. Pretty cool, actually. I don't really like to wear the Harley stuff myself, but I do think it's really cool and I can appreciate it. Yeah, I think the same thing, $39.99. So, $8 and change. Well, basically $9, really. What is it, $8.79 or whatever shirts are now or buttons up are now. But yeah, regardless, I think that's pretty good. About $40 a piece is what I expect to get for them. And I don't think that's out of the question. So I've mentioned on the channel before that we live on a family farm. And one of the things we've run into in the past was snow removal was an issue. So there is a plow truck on the farm. Sometimes the plow is on it, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the truck just doesn't work. It's an older farm truck. There's a snowblower that's available to us as well, but we're definitely not priority when it snows. So we've decided just to go ahead and figure that out for ourselves this year. It's something that really stresses Amanda out, and especially since we've bought the new business. She wants to make sure that we can get out, if we do get dumped on with snow, we can get out of our property without any issues and get to work and, still make some money. So with that being said, we have went ahead and bought a quad. It's a 2023 Can-Am Outlander Pro 500. So it's a work quad, but it is a smaller version of some of the ones they make, but it's really nice still. We basically bought that. We had to put a winch on and get a plow. But now, we're going to pick that up in a couple days. We've got it all figured out and financed and everything. So that's fine. So now I need to go find a helmet. Now, unfortunately, I did pick up a helmet a couple of years ago, a brand new one, a really nice one, actually, for like $50, but I've sold that. Obviously, last year, I think I picked up another couple of helmets that I sold on Facebook Marketplace. So I just kind of need one that's going to fit my head. My head's a little bit bigger. I think I probably need at least an XL helmet. So I don't know. I was looking on Marketplace. I was going to try to find a used one. And I thought, why don't I just get one that fits me properly? Hopefully it doesn't break the bank. So I'm going to get in here, try to find one. Get your body and your mind free So I wound up getting a helmet because we had just bought the quad. I got a discount on it. So regularly, I think it was quite a bit, $229. I haven't bought a helmet in a while. I looked at some on Amazon and some places online, but I didn't know how to size it properly, and I didn't really want to go in there just to size it and you know, and not buy it essentially. And you know, they've been good to us, so I figured why not support the business. It's a local business anyway. But I got this for $106, so that's not horrible. Good thing I didn't buy it online for sure. This is a 3XL. I thought maybe XL would be fine. Nope. Apparently my head's way bigger than I thought it was, and even that feels a little bit snug. And then I got a pair of glasses. These were 34 bucks. I think they wound up being like 29 or something like that. So not everything today was reseller related. Obviously at the end I'm talking about the quad and that pickup a little bit. And the reason that's important to me is because where we live out in the country, that's pretty much our only option. If I was gonna shovel myself out with just a regular snow shovel, it would be all day. And we could dump, right now it's really nice because there's no snow, but this time of year, it's not uncommon to get a foot of snow dumped on you overnight. And then when you wake up in the morning to go do whatever you're gonna do, you have to deal with that before you can do anything. And like I said earlier in the video, we've been relying on other people for far too long. We do have options here on the farm that we live on. It is a family farm. You know, there are things available to us, but just to have the peace of mind to know that we, you know, if something happens, we're covered. You know, I don't think me or Amanda really wanted to go into more debt or anything like that. It's not going to be unreasonable. We're just going to split the cost of it. Insurance on it is actually very reasonable as well. I think it's less than $300 for the entire year. And within 3 years, we'll own it outright. So we didn't, you know, do any long-term loans. We're doing it very smart, and I do think in the long run, it's really going to be worth it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. Till next time, take care, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye-bye.